Now look at this.
Chosen one. Somebody is sitting somewhere right now, with their head in their hands, palms pressed against their temples, eyes closed, heart racing. They can feel the walls closing in. The scheme that was supposed to make them rich, it's falling apart piece by piece. And the target they chose, that was their biggest mistake, because that target was protected. That target has a mission. That target is listening to these very words right now. They thought they could take what belonged to you. They formed alliances with people who share your blood. They made promises. They drew up plans. They celebrated too early, and now the universe is showing them exactly who they tried to cross. There's an inheritance with your name on it. Money, property, legacy, something a grandparent or elder left behind for you specifically, and certain people decided they wanted it instead. But here's what they didn't count on. Heaven keeps receipts, and you're about to find out everything. Every plot, every conversation, every handshake made in secret. Let me take you through exactly what happened. It started with whispers. Long before you suspected anything was wrong, conversations were happening behind your back. Family members you trusted were meeting with people you barely knew. Maybe a cousin introduced someone to an aunt. Maybe a sibling brought a friend around who asked too many questions about your family's affairs. It seemed innocent at first, just people getting to know each other, just casual conversation, but nothing about it was casual. These meetings had purpose. These conversations had agenda. Someone was gathering information. They wanted to know about the property. They wanted to know about the accounts. They wanted to know about the will. And they found people in your own bloodline willing to talk, willing to scheme, willing to cut you out completely. See, when there's money involved, certain people show their true colors. Family loyalty means nothing to those who worship currency. They saw an opportunity and they took it. They figured you would never find out. They figured they could move in silence, get their hands on what should have been yours, and disappear before anyone noticed. They underestimated something crucial. They underestimated the protection around your life. There's a reason certain things never worked against you. There's a reason their plans kept hitting walls. There's a reason you're still standing when by their calculations you shouldn't be. Powers greater than any human scheme have been watching over you since birth. Your existence serves a purpose that extends far beyond their small ambitions. And when you try to destroy someone with a divine assignment, the blowback is catastrophic. One of the main players in this scheme is someone who got romantic with a person close to you. Maybe they dated someone in your family. Maybe they married in. However they got access, they used that access to position themselves perfectly. They played the role of the loving partner while secretly coordinating moves behind the scenes. Every family gathering was reconnaissance. Every conversation was intelligence gathering. They smiled in your face while plotting your downfall. This person had associates, friends with bad reputations, people known for dirty dealings, and your family member, the one who brought this person in, was warned. Multiple people tried to tell them something was off, but they didn't listen. They were too caught up in whatever illusion this person created. Love, lust, promises of shared wealth. Something kept their eyes blind and their ears closed. Now that same family member is in agony. They're realizing the magnitude of their mistake. The person they chose over you, the one they defended time and time again, has revealed their true nature. And it's ugly. There's abuse involved. There's manipulation. There's possibly substances. There's definitely lies. The fantasy has crumbled, and reality is hitting hard. They could have been on your side. They could have shared in legitimate blessings. Instead, they aligned themselves with someone who wanted to see you destroyed. And now they're trapped, stuck with a monster while watching you continue to rise. That's the price of betrayal. You don't just lose what you tried to steal, you lose what you already had. But let me go deeper. Because this wasn't just about one person making a bad relationship choice. This was organized. Multiple people were involved. Family members on your mother's side had a role. There were aunts in on it, siblings who knew things, cousins who provided information, friends who pretended loyalty while feeding intelligence to the other side. This was a whole operation designed to strip you of your inheritance and leave you with nothing. They had meetings about you, actual sit-downs where your name was the main topic. They discussed how to get you out of the picture. They debated the best approaches. They assigned roles. Someone was supposed to distract you. Someone else was supposed to handle the paperwork. Another person was supposed to make sure you stayed in the dark until it was too late. And here's the part that might shock you. There were conversations about more than just money. Some of these people discussed ways to make sure you weren't around at all. Think about that for a moment. People who share your bloodline, people who grew up with you, people who smiled at holiday dinners, were contemplating scenarios where you simply ceased to exist. The inheritance would be much easier to claim if you weren't alive to claim it, but something protected you. Call it divine intervention, call it ancestral coverage, call it karma working in your favor. Whatever name you give it, an invisible shield has been around you this entire time. Every trap they set failed. Every scheme they launched backfired. Every attack they attempted bounced back to them. They couldn't understand why nothing was working. They kept trying. They kept failing. And now they're facing consequences they never imagined.
It's showtime.
Never, ever, ever be basic for nobody. Honey, shine bright. Let them burn.
Well, I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated. I've been beat, scorned.
I don't ever want a problem. But when they say they want a problem, I say no problem. That's it. It makes people feel like I want trouble because I don't have a problem with it when it comes.
I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt, but you can't keep a gangster down, bitch. You can't keep a gangster down.
Girl, I've got good news. They won't see me crying anymore. I won't have to